Okay, so today we are going to talk about the algorithm for division. And I always think of my steps as DMSB. And those steps are divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. I hope you go home and show your parents that dance. I'm going to ask them if they did. So we're going to walk step by step with this, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check my steps up here. And what's the first thing I need to do? Divide. 2 can go into 3 how many times, everybody? Once. So that's my division part. I'm trying to see how many groups, if I had 3, how many groups could I put them in? If I have 2 groups, how many can I have in each group? I can have 1, okay? My next step is what? DM. What's the M? Multiply. So what is 1 times 2? 2. Do you see how I'm doing my steps? So I divided, I multiplied, and now I'm going to what? Subtract. What is 3 minus 2? 1. Okay, so I divided, multiplied, subtract, and now I bring down. Okay, so we divided, got 1, multiplied, got 2, subtracted, got 1, and then we brought it down. And now what's our new number? What's this one? 12. Okay, now we're going to do all those steps all over again. 2 can go into 12 how many times? 6. It's a fast fact. Okay, so that was my divide. Now I multiply. 6 times 2 equals 12. Now what do? Divide, multiply, subtract. If I subtract those 2, what do I get? 0. But am I done? I need to bring down. I'll give you guys a second to copy that. Bring down. Notice how every digit is staying in a box for me. See how it kind of keeps it perfectly lined up? So we did all of it. Now we need to do the steps one more time. First we divide. 2 can go into 4. Then we what? Multiply. 2 times 2 is, then we subtract, and 4 minus 4 is, do I have a remainder? What is my quotient? 162. Okay? All right, so let's do one more. All right, let's do one more. All right, first we're going to divide. 2 can go into 5 how many times? I know it can't go into it evenly, but how close can it get to 5?
4.
2. Because what is 2 times 2? So I divided, I multiplied. Now what am I going to do? Subtract. What is 5 minus 4? I divided, multiplied, subtracted. Now I bring down. What's my new number? 17. Okay. 2 can go into 17 how many times? How close can it get? Well, 2 times 6 is 12. Can I go a little bit more? 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 9 is 18, but that's too far. So what's the closest I can get to 17? 2 times 8. So 2 can be divided into 17 8 times. So that's my division part. Now I multiply. 8 times 2 is 16. I divided, multiplied, now I subtract. So I get 1. And now I bring down. Notice how I bring it all the way down so that I have a brand new number. And what is my brand new number? 13. Okay. I know that 2 times nothing can give me 13, but how close can I get to 13? Yeah. 2 times 6, very good. That's as close as I can get, right? So I divided. I know that 2 can go into 13 6 times, and now I multiply. 6 times 2 is 12. So I divided, I multiplied, now I subtract. And what do I have? And 1 becomes my remainder because there is nothing else to bring down. So I can't do my bring down step because is there anything else left? No, I brought down all my digits. Okay? One more, and I'm going to have you try it on your own. All right, here we go. One more together. Put my little multiplication sign. It is a pattern. Constantly going through that DMSB, those steps. So let's do the first thing. 4 can go into 9 how many times? 2. It can't go to 9 exactly, but I know I can get it as close as 2. So that was my division. Now I divide, multiply. 2 times 4 gives me 8. So I divided. I multiplied. Now I subtract. What do I get when I subtract those two numbers? 1. So I divided, I multiplied, I subtracted, and now I bring down the 9. What's my brand new number? 19. So I know that 4 times nothing can get me to 19. But how close can I get? So I know that 4 times 2 is 8. I know that 4 times 3 is 12. I know that 4 times 4 is 16. And I know that 4 times 5 is 20. 20 is too high because it goes past 19. So I can get as close as what? 16, which gives me 4. 4 can be divided into 19 4 times. So I divided. Now what do I do? Everybody, multiply. 4 times 4 is 16. I divided. I multiplied. Now I subtract. 9 minus 6 gives me? Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. My new number is 34. Okay. I know that 4 times 9 is what? 36? Is that too high? Yeah. So what about 4 times 8? I just take 36 and I subtract 4 and that gives me 32. Can I do that? Is that going above it? No. So 4 can go into 34 8 times. So that was my division part. Now I divided, now I multiply. 8 times 4 is 32. Divide, multiply, subtract. And what is 34 minus 32? Which can be my remainder because it's smaller than my divisor. So my answer is 248 with a remainder of 2.